My name is Elizabeth Marie Melchionna, and I'm the rector now at the Chapel of the Cross in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And we find ourselves at the SEEP Conference, the Consortium of Endowed Episcopal Parishes Conference in Washington, D.C. I was raised in the Roman Catholic Church and was received into the Episcopal Church as an undergraduate at Davidson College, and have served as a priest now for 10 years in the church. So before I became an author for Forward Day by Day, it was a regular part of my own spiritual practice and discipline to have a reflective tool throughout the month. Just like a little tidbit and a touchstone. So it was something that I used regularly and that I use with my parishioners as well. So the process of writing a whole month was challenging, but also engaging. I think the most challenging part of it is that it was a year in advance, or that you were writing about a year ahead of when your materials would be received by the community. So it was particularly interesting for me in that I was pregnant at the time, and so I was writing about, I had the month of April, and so Holy Week, and that journey of, the journey to the depths of despair and to the joy of the resurrection, and then reflecting in the Easter season, doing that while I was pregnant with this possibility of a person that we didn't know who he would be, and all that was yet unknown. So it was a very, very much, it was a generative time, and a challenging one as well. Yeah. If I could spend a little time with each of the readers of Forward Day by Day, I think I would commend them in their practice and discipline of spending time with the scriptures and time reflecting about their relationship to Jesus, to living out the gospel. That practice, I would commend them on that practice of being purposeful about reflection and action, and reflection and crafting. It's a good way to say it. We live in cacophonous times, and so crafting and elbowing out that space for some silence with God and some purposeful reflection matters in how we can then respond to others in the world and how we show up as disciples in our context. My grandfather, Timer, is a faithful Forward Day by Day reader, and when Forward Day by Day, when the latest 3-month issue came out to his parish in Salem, Virginia, I had not told him that I was writing. And so he very excitedly called me and said, I was checking out my Forward Day by Day, and I turned to the back and was just so thrilled to see that you were a writer. But I think part of what was so meaningful for him is he's been a reader, since 1950, and so it was a neat experience for him to then have his granddaughter writing and reflecting, and full circle. Yes, a sort of full circle of a tool that he's used in his own spiritual life all that time. Yeah.